I recently got sucked into this back and forth on text with this guy, and I think somewhere, in my psyche, I liked him, but the conversation wasn't really going anywhere. Like, it was interesting, but it wasn't really going anywhere on a personal level. And so I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and he said, he's keeping you warm. And I was like, what does that mean? And he said, it's so easy for men to text all day, even if it's not the, WYD, but if it's actually interesting conversation, they don't have to invest the time in putting a phone call in as long as you're responding to the text. And so he was just like, if you want to test it, stop texting back and see if he either calls you or stops texting. So that's what I'm trying now, because honestly, when I thought about it, there's no foundation enough for me to keep it going. So we'll see.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Terry Duran, and I wanted to reply to this video that I was sent with a video instead of just doing a bunch of typing. So in the video, I saw a couple things that I think are problematic. So the first thing is the woman starts off by playing the victim by saying that she got sucked into a conversation. Like, you either want to talk to somebody or you don't. Nobody can force you to have a conversation with them. You're either interested enough to reply to the text or the conversation, or you're not. So she's downplaying. She's making it seem like it was out of her control, or she was finessed into a conversation, when she's clearly looking forward to a conversation with the guy. She downplays how much interest she has in a guy. Obviously, you got to like the dude if you texting him all day, every day like that, right? So she downplays her level of interest in the guy. And then she states that the combo's not going anywhere. Now, this is problematic because this woman has every opportunity to ask questions or steer the conversation as well. A conversation is a 50-50 thing. Like, no one person gets to dictate what you talk about or how the conversation goes. So this woman has every opportunity whatsoever to make the conversation personal, to ask personal questions, to ask follow-up questions to things that he's told her, etc. It's not all on the man to do those type of things. So all these things are opportunities where this woman appears to be dropping the ball or having the expectation that this is something that the man is supposed to do. So now her friend telling her about the man's keeping you warm. She didn't, the friend obviously didn't give her a clear definition of what the intent was. Anybody can keep you interested in the conversation or keep you engaged in the conversation if you keep responding, right? The problem is she jumps to the test. Anytime you have a test with somebody that they are unaware of, you're doing something dumb. So she just stops texting the guy, and she's hoping passive aggressively that he calls her. That's stupid. Because if you're texting with somebody and y'all are having a real interesting conversation, they text you, you don't reply. They send you a follow-up text, you don't reply. Most people are just going to assume that you're not interested and stop texting you. So this woman, who is obviously interested enough to make a video and put up a post and talk to about it with friends, etc., is interested enough to put energy in all those things, but she can't dial his phone number. She can't text that she would like to talk on the phone. She can't ask some personal questions since she wants the conversation to be personal. So this woman just seemed like she has a very, very passive aggressive way of going about dating, and she's likely to end up making this a crash and burn situation where she's clearly interested. They clearly, having good conversations, but her bad decision making is about to mess it all up.